I'm just turning on that. This is my reminder to turn on the recording. Anyway, it looks like there is nobody on yet. Oh, maybe a couple people. Okay, well, I'm not going to wait around. That would be boring for everybody who's here already. So we'll go ahead and get started. So you should have gotten the pattern in your email this morning. And it's just a pattern for 4 at a time flying geese, the no waste kind. So if you have fabric that is directional, like this Tilda is, you want to make sure that it's facing up when you start, and start with your diagonal fabrics. So I've taken my 2 background fabrics and I've marked them diagonally from corner to corner. And I'm just going to go ahead and pin these. I have found that no matter how well you think you hold your fabric when you're sewing, these come out so much nicer if you pin them. So I'm going to pin them. And then I'm just making sure that those lines line up. And I'm matching up my corners. Excuse my barky dogs. So if you're there, say hello. I'm going to go ahead and move over to the sewing machine. What we're going to do is we're going to sew down each side of the diagonal lines on these, and then we will cut them apart and get started. Nobody's talking right now. So I'm doing a scant 1/4 inch seam. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm across the room. I normally have a better microphone, but for some reason my sound card decided to quit working. So I'm using the microphone on the camera. So I did my 1/4 inch all the way along that one side. Now I'm going along the other side. Hi, Anne. I'm so glad you're here, Anne. Hi, Bonnie. Now, I know both of you know how to do this already, so I really appreciate the fact that you're here just to support me. So I am just cutting these apart on the marked line. These are really big flying geese. They're 6.5 by 12.5 unfinished. Now I'm just going to press these, and I press toward the dark side. Some people, when they're making these flying geese, press the other direction, and that's fine too. Whichever way you like is fine. I always press toward the dark fabric, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So if you make sure that your fabric is facing, if you have directional fabric like this, and you make sure that it's facing up when you start, when you get done, you'll have your pieces will all go the right direction. You can move them around and make them go the right direction so that all of your directional fabric is going the right direction on your quilt, which is nice. Also, if you bought Garden Life and you only got fat quarters, I have extra fat quarters of all these fabrics. I ended up with a few extra because of the box club. So, okay, so, oh goodness, you guys, I didn't even notice I hadn't done it. Sorry about that. Here we are. Now you can see what I'm doing. Sorry. Okay, so I've just pressed, I've just cut. Let me go ahead and put these back the way they were. Oh my goodness. Okay, so all I've done is I've taken these and cut it straight down the center on the marked lines. And what I was showing when you weren't watching, because I had the other camera on, is if you have fabric that is directional, make sure that it's facing up, because if it's doing this, then once you're done making all of your flying geese, there'll be one going in each direction, and you can make it go the right direction around your block. So for the sashing. So I'm just matching up the corner again, and right here in the center, I'm just making sure that that line that I've marked is going over the point, the inner point. Pardon me, I've got something stuck in my throat. Make sure that that line is going over the inner point of that corner on the center. And we'll do the same thing with this one. And as I was saying, I have some more. If you only got quarter yards of Garden Life and you want to make this and make it with these fabrics, using them both for the blossom and for the sashing, I've got enough if you guys want little kits made out of these. I'm thinking about making little kits with some extra fat quarters of the blue and purple fabrics and the orange ones for the cornerstones if you need it. Hi, Susan. Oh, so glad you're here. Yes, you can, Bonnie. Teach old dogs new tricks. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and switch this back to the other camera. There we go. And I'm just making sure that that line stays right over the center of that inner corner there. So this is the second time I've made this quilt. The first time I made it with small blocks. And it's not finished yet. You can see it all piled behind here. Here's my cornerstones. I think the big one is actually going to get finished before the small one. Okay, let me just make sure I switch my camera back this time. I know what you mean, Susan. So I made one that was 6-inch blocks. That's the one that's over there right now. This is 12-inch blocks, but I made one that was 6-inch. And before that, when we were working on our little cute as a button sampler, I made 3-inch blocks. So I think Bonnie was the one that said that the 3-inch blocks were kind of hard. And I agree, they are. But they come out cute. I love anything in miniature. Okay, so I'm just cutting again on the marked line. Then I'll go ahead and press those. What I'm going to do for you guys, because this is pretty much the end other than putting it together, which I'm going to do Tuesday after next, but I'm going to go ahead and send out the cutting instructions that I worked on because I did those over the weekend. So I'll send those out this week to your email. And then you'll have what you need to get everything cut and how much yardage you need and everything. So. And I do have plenty of the, if you want to make it just like mine, I have plenty of the orange for the sashing cornerstones, and like I said, a few of the extra. I'll make some little kits up and I'll put them up in the shop for you guys, and I'll put a link in the email for you if you want some extra fat quarters to be able to cut these, because you need, if you're going to keep them directional, you need more than a 1/4 yard. So okay, and then all you would do is just square these. These should come out pretty good, pretty close to 6.5 by 12.5. There's my. Yep, pretty much perfect. So as I was going to show you, so this is the directional fabric, and if you keep it straight up, then you have your 4 pieces, and each one will have its spot so that it is all directional like this. Let me see if I can find one of my flower blocks so I can put it in there and show you. So then all your flowers are pointing up the way they're supposed to point. Move that a little bit so you can see all of them. There. So it'll stay directional if you make sure when you start that you're pointing, everything's pointing up, and you start your diagonal going either left or right. Either way will work. Okay, great, Bonnie. I will definitely do that. Hi, Elise. Thanks, Elaine. I press my seams toward the dark side. I press it toward the goose. Hi, Sandra. 3-inch shouldn't be allowed. Okay, girls. So there's our cute little sashing, and then your cornerstones are just 6.5-inch squares. So I will send out the cutting directions for this in your email this week, and a link to the little tiny kits of extras if you need them to make your sashing. And other than that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. And I can't wait to see you. So hopefully I will see you on our Zoom call next Thursday. Okay, love you all. See you later. Bye.